Well, hi everyone. We're just so grateful to be with you today. We are working with a very special guest with Quantum U, and we are so excited to speak with him and introduce him to you, and kind of allow him to share his amazing gifting with our platform. So, Phillip McKenzie is with Dreamscapes, and we're really excited to hear more from him today about the importance of dreams and kind of how he came to operate in this field, and what he uses with his gifting to help others experience oneness more fully. So, Phillip, thank you for being here with us. We're so excited to chat with you today.
Oh, it's such an honor to be with both of you today. Yeah, so good. Yeah, hello, Renelle.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, Phillip. Share a little bit
I'm
about where you come from
I'm Phillip Arron
yeah.
McKenzie. I'm originally from California. I've been doing dream interpretation, life coaching, mentoring for the past 20 years. And it's taken me on an incredible journey. I'm a conference speaker. I've been in different countries encouraging leaders around the world to bring them and help them into challenging situations. It is because the gift of intuition that I carry, where I'm able to unlock some things for them. I've realized working with leaders, we're so gifted, so many of them, we're all faceted, but there's a place where sometimes we just need someone from the outside to come in, as you both know, is doing what you do, to come in and help find the blind spots. And that's what Dreamscapes does. We help find the blind spots through interpreting dreams. And though dreams wasn't the main focus, it was more life coaching and mentoring. I've always found dreams really turned into a big part of the direction that people seem to hold on to. It was like Source was speaking through these dreams, and we were able to bring direction. And amazingly, there was some big turnarounds for some of these folks, and I was happy to do that. So I'm thinking, I think there's something here, especially during this time that we've entered into over the past couple of years. I need to step into this and make it my full focus, and here I am.
Yeah, we actually at Quantum U felt that, we love that you come onto the platform, and we just welcome you with all our hearts. And the areas that Ashley and I do not really, I wouldn't say not flow in, but we each have our uniqueness. And the fact that you interpret dreams, you've done many of my dreams, and I loved your perspective. Where I thought it meant one thing, you came with a complete different perspective, and you showed me what I was being shown, and it made the guidance so clear. I don't know about you, Ashley. I mean, we tend to look at dreams, and if it's something bad, we go into this bad good, and it actually means something totally different. And I would like you to expand on that a little bit. So when people come to you and they've had a dream, and how would you go about, especially when they think it's something bad?
Well, first of all, we no longer eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. We eat from the tree of life. So I'm connected to Source in a way where he shows me the solution each step of the dream. And it's the solution that we look at. I look at the gold inside of each part of the dream. If it has 5 or 6 parts, even more or less, there's always gold to pull out of that. And there's always a way, when you hear from Source and hear from the Spirit, you're able to bring that into a positive light for them and use that to encourage and inspire them. Because when we have dreams, like you said, there's that first instinct to automatically think, oh, that was a bad dream. Well, no, it really wasn't. It's just how you perceive that dream to be. Especially if you went to sleep feeling one way and the dream caused you to just flow into different emotions when you woke up. So in dream interpretation, I look at how they felt before they went to bed, what's been going on, listen to the dream, find the gold threads in the dream, and to be able to read them back to them as I'm able to see them transform into this beautiful landscape for them to receive.
Wow, that's really beautiful. And it's amazing. I think that I love that you're there to facilitate, because I think sometimes we get into our dreams and we are so wrapped up in the emotion behind it that we can't really see the message. And it's nice to have somebody there to interpret that for you.
Thank you. You know, I found that people get so excited because this was something that was generated from source through their subconscious, and now it's being brought forth to the conscious place. And it's an opportunity for them because it was given to them as a gift to utilize to bring them into a place of success. It's their amazing keys, dreams are to unlock so many things inside a person that would not necessarily even think about during the day in our awake state.
Yeah, you also help people in businesses regarding dreams and personal or business. So what does this look like when you help people where in a business sense? Because we always tend to think it's just about our personal dreams, but share a little bit about that area of your coaching.
Well, it was just during a time where I was mentoring, I was life coaching, I was actually out in South Africa, and there was this leader who came to me. He was a leader of an organization, and he said, I keep having this dream about this man coming in and stealing my patent. He had a water patent, and he didn't know who the man was. And of course, he was friends with a few men. He was a gentleman my age. And this dream actually was a dream. It was a warning dream, but how I was able to change it into good was I was able to see who it was through his dream. He didn't know who it was, but I knew who it was because of the spirit of intuition that source has given me to say to him, I believe it's Mr. So-and-so. And if you include him in this way, there won't be a place where he will steal from you. If you invite him in, he's really there to contribute to what you've been given to bring into the marketplace. And so he was able to do that. They invited this gentleman in, and he was a major contributor because he had the financial backing to take the product to the next place that it needed to be. And it's some of these stories are very similar in that way, where they've had a dream where somebody's coming in, somebody's stealing fruit from their tree, somebody's coming in, and and it's just a place where let's look around, let's go back to that place. What are you seeing? Who is in there? Because I go with them into the dream if they're able to recall a lot of details. And I'm able to, I enter into the dream with the person, and I'm like watching a movie when they're telling me their dream. I come into this movie in my mind's eye. It's like almost like an open vision, and I'm able to see and able to articulate to bring forth the best results for them. And of course, it's up to them to perform, to walk through the steps that's given to them, recommended. And the outcome is amazing because in the early days, I'm just like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah. It's amazing because it lays down the plans of, but I love the restorative aspect of, because where we would go, oh, loss, but there's no loss in divine mind. So
there's no loss.
Wonderful. Yeah, there's no loss in divine mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's been like that 2 other times. A major deal was happening, and I was able to tell them, listen, this man right here, you probably need to connect him with someone else because he's really interested in what you have. But if you connect him to this, it'll be a better match for you. Because he kept having this dream that his fruit was being taken from this tree, and he kept seeing this man putting a ladder on his tree and taking his fruit. And he knew who the man was. And of course, with him, there was some trust issues that needed to be healed and restored. And of course, that did happen down the road. So everything actually, the recommendation and how to navigate through that was given. He did it, and it worked out for his favor and everyone's favor. Actually, it was a win-win for everybody.
See, that's so important because I feel like it's interesting, all these things come up at the same time. It's so beautiful how source operates. But just this week, so I've had a recurring dream my entire life that is very, very traumatic for me when I have it. And I just this week got some information about this dream that helped me kind of release a little bit of what might be behind it. And I think it's all these challenges in life, or whether it be a dream or whatever's going on, it's there to be reconciled back to love.
That's
And
right.
so, you know, if whatever is happening is a win-win, because it's there to be reconciled back to love, and that's really the path we're here to experience, this human experience, to reconcile everything back to source and love, which is really just beautiful.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's amazing when the connection happens and people can see, wow, my dreams was able to unlock all of that, not just for myself, but for those other ones as well, to help them step into what they were called to. It's so amazing, and it's so correct. Our whole purpose here is to bring people to love and to release love.
Yeah.
So good.
So why are dreams important, Phillip? There are a lot of people probably will watch this interview and they would like to, because a lot of us, when we hear this, we want to dream more. We really, really want to dream more. So what would you say to someone that desires to dream more? Either they can obviously come in for a personal session, one-on-one with you, that unlocks, you can unlock something that is blocking it, the flow,
Mhm.
or what can you say to him just offhand, a little tip they can do to make it easier?
I think
Or
the first thing, the first thing that I find is we get so busy, and you know, when we come home from work or whatever we're doing during the day, our mind is just cluttered. It really brings us, we need to come and just meditate. We need to release everything. And I do a lot of breath work with people as well in the beginning, just to bring people into that meditative state so they can begin to hear, so they can begin to connect to source, to themselves as well, and bring themselves into that place of calmness and stillness. And it's through that place where it's just releasing everything, all your cares, all your worries onto source, and just letting yourself rest in that place. And it does take time, especially if you're a busy person where you're constantly running here and there. And even people that are self-motivators, that listen to motivational speakers, we can be so filled with this information, and it's important that we dream, so those dreams can come into our subconscious mind and begin to articulate through source, through in our subconscious state when we're asleep, to be able to make sense of what and how to engage with what we've learned and what we've listened to during the day, and apply that to the creative and unique way that we are made. Because we're not going to be Joe Dispenza. I mean, we'll have flavors of him, but that's who we're really desiring to connect with through all of his magnificent stuff. But there's a place where we just need to be in that place of uniqueness, of understanding that we are one with source. And when we connect with that place of source, that source is faithful to awaken us to what we are experiencing. And of course, you connect with me and I'll be able to bring it all together and weave the beautiful golden threads of the landscape of your dreams, and just present a beautiful picture that you can navigate through.
I love how you said that, because it's about decoding, because you, under your logo, I love the logo Dreamscapes, because it's scapes of dreaming. There's other areas we'll talk about now. But also, I love it how you wrote decipher. It does start deciphering, decoding, and inspiring. So you bring, I love how you then inspire people to unlock more things within them that's already there. And I think you have such a beautiful way of doing that. And you come from pure love, and that is so powerful. Now, you don't just do dreams. That's what it's not just about dreams, but all of you who need to know or would like to know about dreams, look at Ashley just mentioned that she was dreaming now something for a whole life long. There's a dream that Ashley had, and that's why it's sometimes so good to come to a person like Phillip and ask him to give another perspective, because we all one. Yes, we have uniqueness, and we can, and it's the same eyes of God, but eyes of source, but we get different, like a tapestry, when you come and you share and find out what what this truly means for you. So I'm glad Ashley's back. I know there's a little bit of but we're allowing for that.
Yeah, I'm here. It's weird. The bandwidth is strange. That doesn't typically happen. So I'm just going off video to keep the bandwidth going. But yeah,
Glad you're back.
so Phillip,
We were just,
I'm interested to, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I'm interested to understand more about the other intuitive things that you do. So talk about how you operate with that.
It's been with me since I can remember. Now it's maybe 6 months old. I would be aware of angelic beings with me when I was that young. I remember moments of 6 months old, moments of 3 years old, where I actually met Jesus at the store. And I was never told about him at that age. I just realized who he was down the road. But that was 3 years old. I just was always aware. At 4 years old, I was aware of just certain things. I loved playing outside. I loved playing with creation, being out with nature. I would let honeybees land on me. I connected with just nature in a unique way, and it just grew from there. I've had some amazing encounters growing up. I would like this earthquake in Turkey. The night before, I hardly slept. I knew something was happening, and of course, I was meditating on it and just hearing how to engage with it. But it's been like that throughout my whole life, and so it came into really fullness about 20 years ago when I was called out to go out and live and work in different nations, different countries. And yeah, it's just amazing how when you see the goodness in people, and it's given to you by source to encourage them, and to see how their lives are turned around completely. It's amazing, those blind spots that we don't even know we have, because we live our lives according to our own flow. And when someone else comes in that doesn't know you, and now you're sort of reading their mail, so to speak, it'll either draw them to you or they'll run the other way. So I've learned how to be very, very approachable in that. And what turned it to conference speaking was coming in an old platform under the prophetic anointing in that old platform in those days. So I was sought after for that gifting that I carried. That was birthed in me. It's always been there, but now, since we've really stepped into this new season over the past couple of years, I knew that we're stepping into a new time, a new season where I need to be available for everyone now, because we've all grown and matured so much. And it's a place, Mike Popovich is amazing because he's taught me so much as well. And a lot of what he's teaching, I knew already back 20 years ago. I knew the things that he's teaching. I knew that in my heart of hearts, that the truths that he's revealing through what he presents, I'm like, oh my goodness. So with that, I was so encouraged to just transition into what I'm doing now, so I can be available to everyone, not just to one flow of a grouping, though the group is large. So, but yeah, it's been amazing. I've seen blind eyes healed. I've seen deaf ears opened. I've seen limbs grow. I've seen the dead raised twice.
That's beautiful.
Through just through the heart of the source and releasing his presence and speaking life. It's I'm so incredibly humbled by all that. And yeah, I just love to see people healed and restored at every place, every level. And what better way than to utilize their very own dreams?
Yeah. Because source is operating. I think sometimes people think that, it expresses through all of us individually in a very unique way, which is great. We've got someone who uses her music to heal people and bring about the healing and whatever, and just more experience with source, right? We've got you who uses your intuition and dreams and all that beautiful. I mean, that's just such an incredible, colorful gift. And Mike Popovich, who is amazing at teaching and bringing clarity and demystifying a lot of it. What's cool is that, you know, bringing people into the awareness that they're not separated from all that. I think somehow people think, well,
Exactly.
you're the gifted one. And it's like, no. Like, just because you're not operating in exactly the same way I am, like, please come into awareness of the fact that you have a gift, because I want to see what cool thing comes through you. It's what we all
Exactly.
need, you know.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I wanted
That's
to,
so good.
yeah, I love what you just said. And the other part of what I want Philip to speak about, how would you put it? Untangling. You know, a lot of people go to mediums or spiritual guides and they get a word of knowledge, but it's not uplifting. It's not life. It's words that I even had an experience with a friend that phoned me the one day and said, oh my gosh, please help me. I'm in a state because of what was said when she went to somebody. Now, there's nothing wrong with somebody giving a word of knowledge. There's nothing wrong with cards. I believe cards being laid out as sometimes as a guidance, but in this, because it wasn't bringing life for me, it always, like, I think in Quantum U, it's got to come from life, from love. The power of love is incredible. And when a word like that is spoken to people, I know so many people are so locked up in that experience, and what you are offering to is to unlock them to freedom and to put them back on their golden path, I would say, or their true path. Share a little bit about that.
Well, back in the day when I was moving in the old platform, I would get a lot of people and say, well, I received this prophetic word and it had all of these negative connotations in it. And I'm just like going, oh my goodness. Even then I'm like, what? Because it's edification, exhortation, and comfort. And I didn't see any of that in there. And of course, we eat from the tree of the knowledge of life. So with that, it's like, okay, source, how do we tap into this? So what I do is I bring a person either online if I'm life coaching them, if I'm analyzing their dreams. And what I do is we do some breath work, because source is always going to speak truth. He will always speak truth. So if somebody has had a negative prophetic word, or they've gone and they received a spiritual reading for somebody, and all of a sudden there's a negative word on the table through the cards, or they say, you know, to get rid of this negative thing in your life, we need this amount of more money, and you have to do X, Y, Z to get rid of it. What I do is I bring them in. We just go into a meditative state, and I ask them to connect with source, and it always happens. There's that divine connection, and Ashley, as you said, there's no disconnect. We're connected in every way, and source will speak 99% of the time, because they've opened their ears and they've calmed their heart to speak, and source will speak truth to them about that negative word. And through that, they're open to hear the positive side of that. So there's an untangling of that word that was given to them, and to reweave it with the positive that was always there for them, but the person giving them that word didn't know any better. They're eating from the wrong tree. And so most of the time, you know, they're set free, they're untangled from that word. I mean, you could just see their whole entire continents is shifted. And that always brought me such joy, just to see source's truth activated inside of them, so they can be set free from this heaviness that was given. And source always speaks truth, and that's what we have to remember. He is the truth giver when we meditate and listen.
And it's always love, right? It's always love. And I think that that's what a lot of folks who operated in a psychic type of gifting aren't understanding. You know, you may perceive one of millions of possibilities, right? And that's beautiful, but don't share that, because that person needs to bring about their own reality, right? You can share things in the moment that are uplifting and encouraging for people, but you know, this prediction of doom and gloom, like, you know, sometimes folks ask me for some sort of prediction, usually around love. But I don't do that, because again, it's infinite. and it hasn't, you know, it's all infinite. And so I'm not going to speak some probability that could be one of millions. Like, that's silliness.
Exactly. What I found most of the time is the encouraging part in place, encouraging them into trust in source that that person is there already, and to already meditate, visualize how they look, you know, and just know that in timing, as we are being worked out, because it's really us that is preventing, or not preventing, but it's us who just needs to make ourselves ready to have the eyes to see, to notice the one whom that is, to walk into that place. I get a lot of that as well, and it's very challenging. It really is. But like you said, you know, it's a place where I don't do that anymore, and I just build trust within them to know that they're hearing, that they're, like you said earlier, you know, we all have that ability to hear truth and to see the right one that is for us. And usually that helps.
I think the word here is empowering. What we said, our hearts are for Quantum You, that everybody that is even in the membership, all our contributors, you and Debbie and everybody that's going to be joining us, your hearts are absolutely in empowerment, because it's you would like, and that I love about you, seeing the person walk this out for themselves, but you activating them into the empowerment. And that is so incredibly so important. Now, going on to the next topic, the workshop. You have planned a workshop, and what is this workshop about? What is it called? What can people expect?
Oh, we're going to have fun at this workshop. We're going to talk about dreams. What do dreams hold? How do dreams unlock? We're going to go through what different types of dreams mean, and how we unfold them, how they connect to you, unique you, because one dream could mean one to one person, but have a different theme for another person, because we have to take the beginning, we have to take where you've been, you know, where you're at emotionally, where you're at physically. So we're going to discuss all of that and how to interpret your own dreams into reality. And I'm going to give you keys to help unlock all of your dreams, and to help actually you begin to dream, because you can actually navigate through your dreams. You know, I've had dreams, and others as well, and you probably have, but when you're dreaming, you know you're dreaming.
Yes, I've had that.
You know you're dreaming, and in that you can actually navigate your own dream for the outcome. That if you're in the dream and you're understanding what's happening, you could actually affect the outcome of that dream, because we are in the astral field in our sleep state. We have the ability to shift and change all of that in our subconscious place when we're asleep at night. So so that's the things that we're going to be covering in our workshop, and it's just Dreamscapes workshop. And that's no.
Okay, so this is like the fundamental. This is like the foundational workshop. So
this is the foundational workshop.
So anybody, like, I would come in and learn everything about dreams that I don't, because I don't know much. I just dream, and I give you the dreams to interpret. I don't know the nitty gritty, but it's already activated so many more dreams for me. So and I know of people I've referred to you. It's activated them into encounters. It's just been amazing. So
I'm so glad.
You truly have this incredible flow. So when can we expect the workshop is?
I think we have it scheduled for the 19th?
We said the 19th, and then things got a bit delayed. Okay.
We can make it, let's say, the following Sunday on the 26th.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So anybody, we're going to put this up, and you know, you are already on our website. I think by today, by the time this recording hits Facebook, you should be on the Facebook, not Facebook, but the Quantum You page.
Quantum You, yes.
Quantum You under
fantastic,
or under personal coaching. And the workshop that you offer for the 26th will also be advertised there, and anybody that would like to go and join the workshop. We are doing, you said, some special for the Quantum You, the collaboration. We want to give a nice discount for anybody who wants one-on-one coaching or workshop, come to the workshop. I think for one-on-one, it was how much? 20%, you said?
20%, yeah.
And for the workshop, it was how much?
Refresh my memory. I think it was what, 30?
I will give the codes out there. Everybody, you can just write us at hello@quantumu if you want the discount code, or we'll write it in we'll just put the discount code in the YouTube interview where the interview is uploaded. But we were just actually just speaking about the workshop coming up that Phillip is offering on the 26th. And anybody with a code, I'll be producing, advertising. Anybody who wants to know more can come and ask for the code. You're going to get that discount. So use it. And so use it.
I'm excited to use it. This is great.
I'm so glad.
Sure. Thanks for being there. I can't see you, but great that you're there.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Ashley? Then we could just finish up. Okay, we had a few interesting internet issues now, but as we know, we stay in joy and peace. We don't really worry about that. I'm so glad that Ashley got to then come on still, you know, when you have that kind of bandwidth issues. Oh my gosh. But thanks so much from Ashley and myself. I'm just taking the lead to say that. We are just so honored and so privileged to have you on our platform. And we think you're going to just bring so much freedom to so many people. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. It's really an honor to work with the both of you and with the contributors as well. And my heart is to see people untangled, unlocked, utilizing the tools that they can find here in Quantum U to bring themselves into success in every part and place of their lives. Success is a choice, and it's just a matter of just investing into yourself and seeing the things that you dreamed about happen in your life. And I'm excited to be a part of this platform to bring that to those ones who come on and who subscribe and who become members as well. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
Absolutely. I agree with it. So let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
See you guys soon. Thanks. Oh, good. Ashley, if you want to drop in something, if you want to just, I didn't know you were there.
Yeah, no, it's great. I've been here. It's just it's very strange. I don't typically have bandwidth issues, but it is what it is. So really excited to, you know, have Phillip on the platform. We're honored and can't wait to see what comes of it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, everybody.
All right, Ashley, have a good day. Ronelle, have a good day. And